Now on 767 News, United Workers' Party launches its 21 candidates for upcoming election. Party leader says they have the better team. Development projects to continue in Roseau South, says DLP deputy leader, who is confident of victory at upcoming election. What is contained in the DLP and UWP Code of Conduct? 767 News will bring you the details. And in sports, action continues in Point Michel Football League. Welcome everyone to a new week with me, Alicia George, on the 767 News Desk. We trust that you had a wonderful weekend. Stay with us for the latest developments coming up right after the break.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the ram that I want to pull up me belly. It's the ram that I want to batting the batting.
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum or buy and win hams, single barrel rum and shopping vouchers. Plus, non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominican National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
Distinct, authentic, with a storied history. This is not just a drink, it is an attitude. A straight-up approach where the brown-nosing conformers need not apply. It's embracing a chilled manner that leaves the hysteria to the bridesmaids and standing up against the sameness, blandness, and colorless. It's striving for extraordinary, because after all, who wants the ordinary? Appleton Estate. That's how I like it.
Introducing the Ashley Collection at Quartz. Quartz has joined with Ashley Furniture, the #1 selling home furnishings brand in America, to bring you the most extraordinary furniture selection at unbeatable prices. It's now easier than ever before to find that perfect furniture piece for your home. And what's more, you can add that special touch with the right accent piece from our range of designer accessories from Ashley. Create the perfect look for your home with the Ashley Collection at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Visit the new Ashley Gallery at our Roseau store.
When you want to serve rice to your family, you obviously want the best rice. Caribbean cooks right and tastes great. Available in a variety of sizes for you to buy as much as you want. You can buy white rice, parboiled rice, and Caribbean rice even comes in bags with handles for your convenience. And because you'll be buying it from Astafans, you know the price is right. Make Caribbean rice a must for your family. Astafans, right place, right price.
Welcome back. First up this news time, a credible alternative to what currently exists is how leader of the United Workers' Party, UWP, Lennox Linton, has described what the United Workers' Party Team Dominica is, as Dominicans prepare to go to the polls on December 8th, 2014. Linton made this suggestion when he addressed the official launch of his party's full slate of candidates last Friday at the Goodwill Parish Hall.
We've come here tonight to present ourselves to you, the candidates standing on the ticket of your United Workers' Party Team Dominica. This is your team, make no mistake about that. This team is born out of necessities created in the Dominican space, where you found so much going wrong with the way you were governed, you needed a credible alternative, and that is where we have come from.
The leader of the United Workers' Party said the team which he heads is committed to claim a victory for the change in Dominica.
We've come to claim a victory for change because of the flower of hope that has been awakened by our vision to make Dominica the best place to live, the best place to work, and the best place to enjoy life in the entire global community. We claim this victory for change because we have carefully analyzed the development challenges facing Dominica, and we have identified and articulated the appropriate solutions in every respect and in every aspect. We claim this victory for change because of our burning desire, because of our competencies, our skills to develop and grow a model green economy that will put 5,000 people in new jobs for decent wages in the first 3 years of our term in office.
He said UWP Team Dominica, if voted into office, will deliver complete health care, social protection and poverty alleviation that is free from partisan politics. General elections in Dominica are set for December 8, 2014. The United Workers' Party will go up against the ruling Dominica Labour Party, of which Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit is the head. And Rososol parliamentary representative for Dominica Labour Party, DLP, Ambrose George, says the DLP has completed and is working on a number of projects in his constituency. Honorable George highlighted some of the projects at a DLP rally on Sunday at Bath Estate.
The Silver Lake housing apartments, brothers and sisters, recently constructed and given to the people free of cost. And very soon, we are going to begin the next phase, the continuation of the apartment and construction of apartment buildings in Silver Lake. In fact, the tender is almost ready to be awarded, my dear brothers and sisters, taking care of the people of Silver Lake. The new Newtown Primary School, which is going to be the most modern primary school in the Commonwealth of Dominica, with elevator for the challenged students, brothers and sisters. The first school in Dominica with an elevator. The housing revolution will continue, my dear brothers and sisters. The rehabilitation of our roads in Bath Estate, in Walhouse, in Castle Comfort, in Girondale and Egliston will continue.
The Roseau South MP urged the residents in his constituency to be patient as they continue to work on the rehabilitation of the roads. He said he has been advising the youth in Roseau South to form youth groups, which they have done, and he's working closely with them to empower themselves to be self-sufficient.
To my constituents, you have elected me on 3 occasions and have returned me to Parliament, and I want to thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw them early on, and what you saw was just a fraction of the members of the Roseau South Constituency Association and the management team of the Roseau South Constituency. I want to thank them for the work they have done over the years and the level of seriousness that they have brought into my campaign, which I'm sure will bring good results for myself and the Dominica Labour Party on the 8th of December 2014.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit encouraged DLP supporters in the Roseau South constituency to vote for Ambrose George.
I want you to go out and take pictures of Roseau as it is today, because 5 years from now, you will not recognize these communities again. And I say to you, this is not election talk, my brothers and sisters. The memorandum of understanding has already been signed, and the contract is to be signed during the course of this week. By Creole Festival and Independence next year, you'll be walking on brand new streets in Roseau with drains all covered, utility wires not visible to the naked eye, and plant pots adorning instead of garbage build-ups. We will start this program in the heart of Roseau and walk outward in every direction. No one shall be left behind.
The Prime Minister added, the road network for the Roseau South constituency will be upgraded and modernized during the DLP's next term in office. He said a bypass road to Roseau is on the cards, with the contract signing scheduled to take place in the second quarter of 2015. However, work is expected to begin on the Roseau West Bridge following general elections. In more stories, A number of men were on Saturday applauded for their participation at the second annual Phenomenal Caribbean Men's Symposium by Gender Affairs Minister Honorable Gloria Shillingford. Honorable Shillingford, who spoke at the symposium, said men should rise up and create opportunities for themselves irrespective of their circumstance.
This symposium is taking place in the midst of election campaign, and I see it as an occasion for bringing peace and calm to households through you men. You have a role to play. You who are the head of the family. It is you who must endeavor to maintain peace and togetherness within your families and by extension your communities and Dominica at this time of political excitement and some may even say tension.
She said two of the objectives of the symposium she found relevant were to reaffirm the role of men as healers of the nation and to establish a network of support and opportunities for men. The minister noted men are expected to function as leaders, mentors, and examples to demonstrate qualities such as integrity, trust, worthiness, and responsibility.
I therefore call upon you men who have success stories to share and those who might not have been so successful, but whose stories can serve as inspiration to others, to reach out a hand, lend an ear, open a door for those who are out there struggling and need to have their hope renewed. The theme for today's symposium, Living to Impact, Creating Your Legacy, is extremely pertinent when we consider these objectives for as many men who endeavor to live exemplary lives and extend opportunities to those who are less fortunate, as many legacies will be created to impact the lives of generations to come.
President of the Caribbean Male Action Network, CARIMAN, Thomas Holmes, said the symposium was vital in addressing the many social issues affecting young men in society.
I work in the education system, and I saw many of our young men, and I usually see our young men are in trouble. And then again, welcoming you here today is a show, is showing us, is demonstrating that we have men in Dominica who care. By just accepting to be here and coming here and being part of this is showing us that you care. That you care for your future, you care for the future of your children, those who have, and you care for the future of the children of Dominica to make a difference globally.
Holmes added most of the negative ills globally are perpetrated by men, which needs to be reversed. 5 men who can be viewed as role models revealed their success stories to the participants during the day's event. They advised men to take control of their success. The speakers were Steinberg Henry, Bonty Liverpool, Stuart Paris, Philip Nassif, and Dr. Lyndon Lewis. And the MV Signia, the first of 7 inaugural calls for the 2014 cruise ship season, docked in Dominica today, Monday. Insignia, built in 1998 and one of 3 sister ships operated by Oceania Cruises, holds a capacity of 684 passengers and 400 crew members. Today, the ship brought 609 new passengers to our shores, booking 8 tours with Richard Shipping. Speaking at the welcoming ceremony, Steve Hyacinth, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Legal Affairs, encouraged the crew and passengers to return to Dominica following their inaugural visit.
I'm certain that one visit is insufficient for them to experience Dominica in its wholeness. We have been developing quite a number of other sites. We have just been doing some serious work at an area known as Titi Gorge, and there you can go and experience a life that you will never experience anywhere in the world. We really want to welcome you in a very special way to you and say to you that it would be a mistake if this is your only visit to Dominica. You must come again.
Ship Captain Jurika Bashish reliably informed those present that Sister Ship Regatta will call to Dominica later in the season. His only hope is that more ships will call to Dominica in the future as their fleet expands.
Probably in the future will be coming a couple times more, For sure will be, because we have our sister ship coming, Regatta, which is going to be next month in December here calling Dominica too.
Meanwhile, CEO of Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, Benoit Badwil, has said that a U.S. $12.5 million agreement recently secured by Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit will help develop the ports in Woodridge Bay, the Cabritz and Longhouse.
We see that some serious reconstruction work is going to be taking place, which would further accommodate the ships, because when we do have more than one vessel in port, the other vessel is accommodated in Woodbridge Bay. So in fact, those improvements will benefit the cruise industry and benefit the cruise lines and their passengers as they go through the ports. All this in an effort to get the tourism sector back to what it was several years ago. Just a few weeks ago, MV Carnival Splendor, which forms part of Carnival Cruise Lines, graced our shores after the cruise line dropped Dominica from its itinerary in 2010. President continues his charitable drive across Dominica. More details when we return.
Ho, ho, ho! Is the ram that I want to pull up me belly? Is the ram that I want to bask in the party?
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum, or buy and win hams, single barrel rum, and shopping vouchers. Plus, non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominica National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
The best season of them all has started only at Courts. Shop today and get free gifts with the purchase of selected products. Get a chance to win $8,000 in cash when you purchase any Frigidaire appliance. Shop with Courts, ready finance and pay absolutely nothing for 60 days. So come in today and make this the best season ever. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
I know it is confusing out there with so many prices and so many stores, and you are trying to figure out how to do the maths on savings. Well, don't worry, we will do the maths for you. It is our business to deliver the best product at the best prices. So when you shop at Astafans, you don't need to do the maths. We have done it for you. And best of all, take the savings and use it to pay for something else, helping you save money. That's our business.
Thanks for staying with us. Audrey Thomas, chairperson on the board of the Maho Senior Citizens Home, has expressed concern over the many challenges that the home continues to face. During a president's visit on Friday, Thomas said perhaps the biggest challenge comes at the end of each month when salaries need to be paid.
We get contribution from some of the residents, but it is not enough to run the day-to-day operation. So every time we hear the president has to visit us, we are very happy because we know at least something is coming in.
Speaking in agreement with Thomas, secretary on the board, Natalie Sampson, said the institution always looks forward to this time of year when they receive contributions from charitable organizations.
This contribution here today will really help us in meeting the operational cost of the home. We still have here, 7 residents, and as we know, it is not easy to maintain a home like this, considering all the basic needs of the residents, and some of them not only providing for their basic needs, but at least their emotional needs and so on.
Meantime, His Excellency President Charles Savre, who donated monetarily and in kind from his charity foundation, said he wished that the charity could have raised more funds, noting that raising funds has its own challenges. The president hinted at another initiative that the President's Charity Foundation may implement in the near future that would further assist needy institutions.
I am discussing with the President's Charities Foundation that we perhaps should look at the possibility of being able to focus, in addition to what we do around Christmas time, that for 1 year, to focus on a charity and to see how, in addition to what we do around Christmas time, how we could help them.
Currently, the Maho Senior Citizens Home houses 7 residents and has a staff of 5. Throughout the month of November up until December 10th, 2014, His Excellency President Charles Sabre will continue to make several donations to various organizations across the island. And in more stories, several supporters of the United Workers' Party, UWP Team Dominica, took to the streets on Saturday, November 15th to demonstrate for free and fair elections at the upcoming general election on December 8th, 2014. The walk, which began at the Newtown Savannah and ended at the Portersville Savannah, was organized by official members of the United Workers' Party to raise awareness in an effort to stamp out what they believe are illegal and unfair practices being upheld by the Dominica Labour Party administration. Since Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit announced the date of general elections, the United Workers' Party began advocating more vigorously for elections free of manipulation and ill practices. Last Friday, both parties signed an agreement with the Dominican Christian Council to uphold a code of conduct during campaigning and leading up to general elections on December 8th. Meanwhile, Felix Thomas, UWP candidate for the Maho constituency, has pledged his commitment to continue developing the constituency and its residents. Thomas, who is an engineer, will contest Rayburn Blackmore in the December 8th general elections. According to Thomas and other individuals who spoke on his behalf, he has always been active in community development. Thomas spoke of development in the areas of education, land use management and urban development, sporting and recreational development, construction of link roads, jetty and ferry facilities, and growth in the agricultural industry.
We are going to look at the human resource development. That means you, the people, having the power to get things done with the jobs. We'll be looking at creating technical opportunities and developing the technical skills in home economics, agriculture, tourism, fisheries, arts and crafts, auto mechanics, vehicle auto body repair, aquaculture, agro-business. Because it's time that we access those lands, but we need to do them in a very sustainable manner. We have to develop those lands, and we have the skills in Team Dominica to ensure that we can penetrate them without destroying the ecosystem, and we will bring access to all those lands, brothers and sisters.
The UWP candidate also spoke of constructing a beach resort at Rodney's Rock and Jacobs Beach in Les Point. He also said that Team Dominica looks forward to utilizing the talents of locals to help develop the nation.
We will be utilizing the local resource persons who have been marginalized. Some of us have been forced to leave our constituency, to leave our country, brother. Our country will be tapping on those very resources. And brothers and sisters, as I come to serve, I do not come to dip my hands in the government coffers. I come to offer service as a true patriot.
Thomas's constituency covers the communities of Massac, Sultan, Sylvania, Layu Park, Warner, and Maho. And a code of conduct signed by both Dominica Labour Party, DLP, and the United Workers' Party, UWP, is encouraging the two parties to be peaceful during the 2014 election campaign. Speaking at a UWP rally in Maho on Saturday, UWP party leader Lennox Linton spoke of the conditions under which the agreement was signed.
We signed the code. We signed the code. Now, I must tell you what is in the code. So in the code, we as political parties, meaning United Workers' Party, Team Dominica, and the Dominica Labour Party, and our supporters, which mean all you know, yeah? We agree, number one, to address issues and to avoid character assassination and or mudslinging make we about our opponents.
The agreement further states that political parties, politicians, and party supporters must avoid half-truths and misrepresentation which confuse issues and mislead the electorate. They must avoid language or behavior that is intolerant of others, must agree to uphold the laws of Dominica regulating the conduct of elections, and they must vigorously resist the temptation to use bribery or threat of victimization in any form or fashion in order to gain votes or to intimidate the electorate. Linton has said that the text contained in the document is nothing new to the party.
Remember what we pledged last year, that we, United Workers' Party Team Dominica, would defeat the politics of make-we, hate, and prejudice. So this code put forward by the Christian Council again is right in line with the behavior in the politics of Dominica that we are committed to and we have adhered to for a number of years now.
Deputy leader of the Dominica Labour Party, DLP, Ambrose George, and Linton signed the code at the Arnold Bohart Catholic Center on Friday afternoon. The Dominica Christian Council will soon put together a committee to police the parties in adhering to this code. That's all for local news. The latest in sports is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
I made a stupid mistake.
See where it's now landed me.
My baby's now behind bars.
Feels forgotten by society.
It's time for us to make a change. All of us make a change. To the Now Justice Reform Project. All of us make a change.
Make a change.
Instead of incarceration, y'all, let's try diversion, reform, rehabilitation.
Our youth needs a second chance beyond bars.
A world that accepts them with open arms.
It's nice to know that you're here.
Just know that we care.
This time we'll do our part.
Let's all make a fresh start.
It's time for us to make a change.
All of us make a change. To the Now Justice Reform Project. All of us make a change.
Make a change.
The Juvenile Justice Reform Project, a new path to changing lives for good, funded by USAID and the OECS Secretariat.
Say hello to the Digicel DL700, our newest best value Android smartphone with a 4-inch display, front-facing camera, and a 5-megapixel rear camera. It's perfect for snapping and sharing. Plus, it's super fast, so you can play more, do more, and listen more. And choose to download from over 1 million apps in the Google Play Store. The Digicel DL700, the latest addition in the Digicel Android smartphone range. Make the smart choice. Digicel.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. We begin tonight's coverage with football. 4 matches are scheduled this week in the Carib Sand and Stone Point Michel Football League. Representative of the Point Michel Sports Council, Gerald George, has the schedule.
On Tuesday, the Scarlet Stallions will take on Ian Pinat Sufres Spartans, while on Wednesday it will be veterans Astafans Belbishop Young Gunners. On Thursday, we will see the battle of the 2 undefeated teams when defending champions Ian Pinat Boca Juniors come up against AS and A&P Hotbo, while on Friday, Roosevelt Scarlet Stallions will again be in action, this time as limited first rule security ghetto youths. All matches will be played at the Pori playing field at 6 p.m.
In basketball, the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association will on Wednesday host its 2014 Line Basketball League prize-giving ceremony. The event will take place at the Prevost Cine Mall at 7 p.m. And in cricket, the Board of Control for Cricket in India could seek an explanation from Indian Premier League Chief Operating Officer Sundar Raman during its Emergent Working Committee meeting in Chennai on Tuesday for his alleged misdemeanors spelled out by the Supreme Court-appointed Modgal Committee. The meeting will also decide whether an internal probe against him will be appointed or whether the board should wait for the court proceedings to conclude before taking action if required. The Modgal Committee report says that Raman knew a contact of a bookie and had contacted him 8 times in a season. It also states that Raman had received information about Gurunath Miyapan and Raj Kandra taking part in betting activities. With such remarks against Raman, a section of the BCCI members feel it is necessary to suspend him until the proceedings around the Modgal probe conclude. And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Join us again tomorrow.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. And that's all the time we have for now. Drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook. And be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening. And thanks for watching.